From the simple narratives of Dr. Seuss or the fantastic adventures of Harry Potter and Bilbo Baggins. As I grew, so did this love, and I began to read biographies and histories. I would walk the streets of Monterey with Steinbeck and explore the darkest parts of human nature with Shelley. To me, authors were artists, capturing the human spirit, all of its pain and beauty, using words rather than brushstrokes. These stories made me feel important, as if one day I too would be swept off on a magical adventure, and my life would become extraordinary. But I got older, and as anyone who has ever grown older will tell you, reality inevitably sets in. By high school, I had accepted that life was no fairy tale, but like any ambitious young woman, this fact only strengthened my passion to change the world. So I put every single part of myself into working and succeeding and fitting into the mold of the person I thought I was supposed to be in order to achieve my goal. And that was okay for a while. But then, against all reason, I grew sad. I felt incomplete, like I was missing some major plot point that would direct me on my way, that would let me know what I was actually doing this all for. So I stood waiting for a sign, anything that would let me know what to do. But of course, a sign never came. I was lost. All the efforts and grades and hard work seemed meaningless because that was all I had. My ambition was gone. I had no plan for what to do next. And thus started a much darker chapter in my life, one where I had no clue how to flip the page. Instead, I thought the story would be cut short. I think most of us here can think of a time in their life when the story they expected suddenly hit a plot twist and everything changed. Unfortunately, life is most certainly not like those fairy tales and fantastic adventures we grew up reading. There are no knights in shining armor to save us. We can't flip to the back page and know how the story will end. But that doesn't mean there is no truth in these stories. You see, it is the most frightening, but also the most enlightening truth that I have learned from these books is that we each have to be the hero of our own story. And the thing about heroes is that they always get their happy ending, if not in the way they originally expected. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm still trying to figure things out. I have no clue how my story will end. And it bothers me that unlike the protagonists of my beloved books, I don't have a foretold ending or goal. It makes me scared and anxious and frustrated. But now, I also find it hopeful. Hopeful to know that each of our stories is still being written, because that means there is still time for things to heal, change, and grow. It means there is still time to be surprised by our ending. It's never going to be easy to take control and face the challenges that real life has to offer, to be the hero of your untold story. But while there are many terrible beasts around us, it is truly the dragons that live within us that are the most fearsome. And if those fairy tales we grew up reading have any truth at all in them, then I assure you that they can be beaten. Thank you.